quite a while since I picked up the camera and I decided to do a proper sit down chat with you, kind of talk, a little bit of an update. You'll see from my previous video that I did a 30-day dairy-free challenge. And so I want to say I was 99% successful. That 1% is just like bits of cheese that were probably still on some of the food that I scraped off. For example, if I bought like a croissant or a double bacon smoked egg sandwich from Starbucks, there's cheese in it, so basically I would try to scrape the cheese off, and I would have the bacon, and I would have the egg, and I wouldn't have the bun. But it's so minuscule. I feel good being dairy-free. Dairy has always constipated me, and dairy always made me feel as a singer like it was clogging up my sinuses, like it was clogging up my whole face. I will still have it here and there, and I live a 90% dairy-free lifestyle. So I don't go out and buy dairy. I don't go out of my way to have cheese or anything like that. But if there happens to be some cheese on top of sandwiches next time, I'll probably just have it. And yeah, I like the texture. I will say I like the texture of it a lot. Your taste buds will grow accustomed to new foods that you eat. You can train yourself to like anything. You can train yourself to get acquired to the taste of anything. When I first came to Canada, I hated cheese. I came from China. I was about 4 years old, and I thought it was just so stinky. I thought, how do Canadians eat this? I don't really understand what the whole conundrum is. Fast forward a few years later, I became addicted. Like I just started having it a little bit here and there, a little bit here and there, more often, and I got acquired to it, started liking it a lot more. And then at some point during high school, I worked at Chipotle, and my food addiction tendencies were so high at that point. I love cheese so much that I would get the strands of Monterey Jack that we have, and that would be my pasta noodles, and I would top it, like just dunk it with sour cream, and that would be my Alfredo sauce. So you can imagine this whole pile of soup with like cheese, and we got free meals there, so it was full. And my coworkers looked at me and they're like, what is this? A heart attack on a plate? Like there's nothing else to it. There's no carbs, there's no beans, nothing else. I might have guacamole on top. I might throw in some chicken here and there, but it's 90% just dairy, 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 dairy. I was the dairy queen, and I always felt like I was also doing musical theater at that point because I was also in high school and I was at an art school, and sometimes I felt like my sinuses were clogged. It was not a good feeling. It was not really the best time in my life either, because going through a relapse with binge addiction and food addiction, I was anxious all the time. I was sweaty all the time. I wrote a story on my blog. I can link it below, on the history I have with food addiction and binge eating. So if you want to hear more about that, and if you can relate, give that a read. I also have a resource on how to stop binging. Give that a read. Be in the link description below. There's something about dairy that is really, really addicting, I will say. Scientifically very, very much proven. I believe it's the casein in dairy that is the most addicting. Dairy is made up of 3 components. There's lactate, which is the sugars. So if you see carbs in milk, most of them are sugar, so that's lactate. There's the whey, so that's what you get from whey protein. That's what you extract to get whey protein. And then there's the casein, which is straight up basically just dairy. And I think out of those 3, they're all addictive. Casein would be the most addictive. Yeah, I'll have a little bit here and there. We'll see. I feel good without it. And I'll give you a little body update. To be honest, my body hasn't changed. My physique hasn't changed that much since going dairy-free. I just feel a little maybe less bloated, but that's about it. I want to say I mostly felt more clear in my face and digestion than than you actually seeing a change in my physique. Granted, if dairy is making you overeat because it is so addictive and you just can't seem to stop, then obviously you'll be losing pounds when you do cut it out, right? So here is what I look like now. And to be honest, I didn't have before. My physique just didn't really change. Not that much. Here we go. Here's your reaction. I didn't get from Starbucks, by the way.
No worries, thank you.
I just couldn't find anything else to put it in.
Yeah. That's okay, even if you got it, I would still eat it from Starbucks. Thank you.
It's better than Starbucks.